Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
Wait, no, sorry, I'm not married to that.
That was really stupid.
Let's try this one again.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And this is Not Married to This.
Okay, Joe, my show's about to start. Welcome back to Not Married to This with Serena and Joe.
Hi, we're back.
And potentially one day our dog.
Solo episode. We haven't done a solo episode in a minute. Just you and I. What are we going to talk about today? We got a lot to cover.
Well, let's talk about if we should get a dog or not.
Should we get a puppy? Okay, so here is the issue. The biggest issue is we travel a lot.
Yes. And we live in a small apartment.
The small apartment is a non-issue because the dog, we are going to go get a small dog.
Yeah, but then you need a crate and you need a doggy bed and you need dog toys and you need dog food, and we are at max capacity, overflowing in our apartment.
You don't need a doggy bed.
Yes, we do, because the dog's not going to sleep on our bed.
And I don't think you even need a crate, really.
Well,
you need a crate at the beginning.
What about for travel?
For travel. The travel is the issue. I actually want to know how people, if you could slide into our DMs and let us know, if you travel a lot, what do you do with a dog? Do you suggest it or you don't? Because I want a dog, but it's extra work.
I've never had a dog, so I feel like it is more intimidating to me than you, the idea of getting one, because as much as I have been around a lot of dogs in my life and I love dogs, I've never actually had to take care of one full time or seen what that's like up close. But I've also never had a baby, and there's lots of people that are like, yeah, I've never done it, but I'm going to have a whole human and give it a try.
There is a pattern here for us, and it's babies, dogs. It's truly, it's commitment.
It's change.
It's commitment. It's not really change. It's commit. We are failing to commit to something long term, which is shocking because we got married pretty quickly.
I'm not scared to commit to something long term. I'm scared of the change that comes with introducing a new being into our lives.
Is it because you're selfish with your time?
Yeah, probably a little bit. But I feel that I won't struggle to adjust in that way. I think I'm just wanting to make sure I'm ready to make that adjustment, if that makes sense. Like, I think if we got a dog, I wouldn't be like, oh, this is so annoying that I have to take care of this dog. You know what I mean? It would just be like, I want to know that I'm ready to make that jump because it's going to change your whole life. And puppy blues are a thing where you get a puppy and people are like, whoa, what did I just do for a little bit? Because it is so much more of a change than I think people expect.
Why do you feel like you are always struggling with commitment?
I'm not struggling with commitment. I had no problem committing to you. Everything prior to that and every person I did struggle with, but you had no issues. I think it's just intuition. I'm a very intuitive person, I'm a Scorpio. I just think my body and my mind and my soul will know when it's ready for something.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you because I don't. There is something about living in a city when it is -2 degrees outside and having to walk the dog. It does look miserable, and you have to walk the dog at least 3 times a day.
Yeah, and you're going up and down that elevator 3 times a day. No, 6 at least, because up and down, that's one trip outside.
But if I do bring a puppy home, you will accept him or her.
Of course. I would never be like, you have to take the puppy back. But I would hope you would have a conversation with me. But there have been a few times where you've teed up a surprise and I've thought that I was maybe coming home to you having gotten a dog, and I've had mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We've been really busy this past week, and then thinking about having a dog on top of the 4 events we went to is a lot.
4 events.
I mean, I went to 4. I think you only went to 1 actually.
What event did I go to?
You went to Zach's Recovery Foundation
Yes,
gala.
that was Zach Clark has a gala every year where it's celebrating people in recovery, and the recipient this year was Carl Radke from Summer House.
Yes.
He honestly, what a turnaround. What a turnaround that man has done. And he seems, I know him now,
yeah.
But I didn't, and I don't really know him that well, but he really seems genuinely happy. And when you did watch him at those beginning seasons of Summer House, you were like, this boy is out of control. But now he is someone that like, he's a perfect example of somebody who's consistently on reality TV, somewhat of a toxic show, and has turned his life around and has turned a negative into a positive.
And I will say, anyone that I have talked to that knows Carl has nothing but the most extraordinary things to say about him. Like, he is one of the few people in reality television that I am aware of that has like a really seamless reputation, in the sense that everyone is just like, oh my gosh, he is the nicest guy ever.
Well, reputations in this space, in the reality space, really could get flipped around in a second. Like, people's reputations really, like, 1 minute, like, before all this West and Sierra drama, like, I heard people like at the beginning of this season, like, I love Wes. Like, he's the greatest. He's the greatest. As soon as this happens, flipped, he is now the worst person on earth, according to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I went to that Vulture event with all of the reality people that they were being celebrated, and they had a carpet and all of these things. And it is funny because I feel like the people that have somewhat done the best in reality TV have gone through and survived the ups and downs of the audience slipping and flopping back and forth on them a little bit. Like, they've gone through a bit of a villain era. They've gone through a fan favorite era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, I think we're probably boring TV. But I do think, like, you need, just throwing it out there, we're boring. I do think you have to, if you're going to, like, survive or stay relevant in the reality space, you're almost better off starting off as a villain, because that's when you get your true, like, the people that stuck with you when you were a villain will stick with you no matter what. So you actually have a strong audience, opposed to, like, if you're just great from the beginning, people will follow you and then they'll trail off. But the villains,
or you'll do something that they don't like and they'll turn on you.
Yeah, but the villains, they have those people that were like, I was with you when you were fucking doing blow in the bathroom and keg stands and fucking every girl, and I like you still. You know?
Yeah, or like when you were having like an affair, and they're like, you know what, it's fine, we forgive you.
The way you said that like at me.
No, I don't think you're having an affair.
No,
I'm thinking
of
like
not.
the Real Housewives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I guess every show has different like the audience has different expectations of the cast on every show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True. Bravo's a whole new different world that we're just not versed in that at all.
No, it is a whole new world, whole different world. We went and saw Wears Prada 2 this weekend. We actually had such a fun little date night. I had such a great New York weekend in the city as a married couple this weekend. Don't you think?
It was great. We went to the AMC in Lincoln Square. Then we went to Luxembourg
Yeah,
Cafe
Luxembourg.
After, it was great. Honestly, movie dates are still, like, I really hope movie theaters don't go away, because
2 movie theaters in our area since we moved there have closed down.
I know, but it's a great date night.
I don't think movie theaters are ever going to fully go away, because that theater was absolutely fully jam-packed.
Devil Wears Prada 2. I mean, to me, it didn't hit. And I'll admit it. I was a big fan of Devil Wears Prada 1. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great rom-com, a great movie. It still holds up.
It does still hold up.
This one should have came out 8 years ago. It would have made sense. But to me, the plot and what they were kind of like saying, where it's like, it was like, oh, like, Prince gone. Like, Prince has been gone. Prince has been gone for 10 fucking years. And we're acting like, oh, AI's here, so Prince gone. No, Prince been gone since social media came around and has taken it over.
Yeah.
So, like, the plot just didn't land for me.
I get what you're saying, because it's like we're so far past that time. You're seriously going to tell me that Runway, which is inspired by Vogue hasn't pivoted yet to the fact that print is dying. Like in 2026, Runway has a full social media team.
Yeah, they have a YouTube channel.
They have fashion influencers on their roster. Like they have figured it out. We are past the point in time of these brands being like, how do we save print? It felt like exactly like what you said, like this plot should have been the plot of the sequel that came out 10 years ago for that first movie.
100, and they're like, oh, Miranda Priestly's like, oh, what is it? Body negative, body positive? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're not going to know what body positive means in 2026 when you're literally
at the heart of a fashion magazine.
The CEO of the biggest fashion brand.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Or lean in the other direction and have her be like, get my models some Coke and a cig and tell them to lay off the McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like really, really villainize her and make her be like totally whacked out and be like, yeah, I know what it is. And we're leaning in the opposite direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like her character development I wasn't buying it. Like Emily Blunt's character, I thought was great, and she was very fun. She was my favorite person in the show, in the movie. But yeah, that did not land.
What the movie did well was the actors are incredible. They're all great actors. You know what I mean? So they had that going for them. Emily Blunt was hilarious. Her character evolution, I feel like, really lined up for me, and the fashion was so good, as it should be. I mean, that would have been a huge problem if that fell flat. I just feel like they did Miranda's character so dirty. I feel like in the first one, it's like as much as as much as Runway, their magazine, looks toxic and miserable, you want to work there. Like it looks sexy and cool, and Miranda Priestly looks like a boss bitch. In this one, she does, right? Like that's like she's the OG boss bitch. Yeah. And I feel like her character introduction in the first one is so sexy. In this one, I feel like they kind of made her feel like this like out of touch dinosaur who like doesn't really know what's going on and like is just grandfathered in and is like struggling her way along. And I'm like, I don't really want to see her like this. And I also just think it's unrealistic to paint this woman who's been at the heart of fashion for all these years. Like she's maintained this position for 30 years. You're seriously going to act like she's so out of touch and like doesn't know what's going on?
Well, how about when they fly her coach? Like she owns a Brickstone, which looks to be in like the heart of the West Village. Yeah. She could afford to upgrade to at least to premier seating.
She's flying first class. 100%. Like it was so, and then she's in like the biggest suite I've ever seen in Milan. So what, you're flying her back of the plane, but you're going to put her in a penthouse in Milan as if that's not cheaper, like, or more expensive, I mean.
Yeah, that penthouse would have been $25,000 a night.
I didn't want to see her as the butt of every joke. I don't want Miranda Priestly to be the butt of the joke in the movie. I want it to be Emily Blunt and I want it to be Andy Sachs, and that's it.
It started out okay and it really lost its way, in my opinion. But, you know, it was good. Maybe we should just be movie critics. Maybe this is like what we should do.
We have no credibility in that space.
Well, we're going off long enough.
We just have opinions.
We're ripping into it. But no, it was good.
It's hard to drop a movie with so much nostalgia and love for the first one has been built up, and you're dropping the sequel so many years later. It's just hard.
I'd watch it again, though. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, it's like it's on TV. Let me like throw it on. Yeah. Why not? Throw it on the background.
It could also be one of those movies, like the first time when I saw Hangover 1 in the movie theater. Yeah. I thought it was the dumbest movie I ever saw.
I love that
And
movie.
Then when I watched it again, it like became my favorite movie. So that happens sometimes.
Yeah, maybe you went in with really high expectations, and then if you kind of strip those away, you'll like it better.
Yeah, or you just like appreciate the jokes and the movie more when like you watch it a second time.
What was so crazy is when that first movie came out, I'm in Toronto, you're in Chicago. We don't even know each other.
No.
And now we're watching it in New York together, and like so much of it is filmed where we live.
Yeah.
And could have never known that, you know?
Well, yeah, Serena, but that's like how life works, you know, time. After time, things change.
I know, it's just crazy.
It is.
You're like, wow, I never was watching this movie thinking one day maybe I'll live there. Today's segment is brought to you by Ashley.
I'm going to jump in right here and talk about our new studio because it looks great and I'm very comfortable. How do you feel about the chairs?
I'm super excited. We loved our first round of chairs and they very much matched our aesthetic. but these ones are more Joe-friendly size. I feel like the first set of chairs was perfect for my size, and these ones fit your size a little bit better so that we can both feel extremely comfortable while podcasting.
I'm not that big. You're just really small.
Yeah.
Do you think you could lay down in this?
I could take a nap in these chairs. They're so big and they are so plush and comfortable. I also love the color of them. I feel like it looks very luxe, which makes sense because it's from Ashley's Luxe collection. We also got a new rug, a new credenza in the back.
The rug was actually my pick.
You did. Tell us what you love about the rug.
I love the colors, and I think it pops more, and I think we needed something to pop. Sometimes you just go too neutral.
I do. I love neutral colors and aesthetics. It's just calming for me, and I feel like Ashley has a lot of great various neutral options that go together so well. Joe, though, has inspired me to bring in more pops of color, and I feel like this orange rug is like a great compromise. You know, like it's not too bright, but the burnt orange just warms up this space really nicely.
Did you hear that, Ashley? Maybe they will hire me as a permanent interior designer for their team.
This is Joe's pitch to Ashley.
Because they should.
To be your next interior designer.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
Well, and you do a good job of kind of bending to my style, but also incorporating your own as well when we bring together the space. And Ashley makes it really easy because they have so many different pieces to do that with.
You know, my first condo, I designed myself.
I know. You never fail to tell me that.
And it was great. I put 2 brick walls. I built 2 brick walls in the apartment.
You have great taste, and I do remember your apartment when I saw it for the first time. It wasn't the condo that you designed previously, but the one you were renting at the time we met, and I thought you did a really good job with it. I was actually surprised and very impressed.
You know where I got the inspo?
Where did you get the inspo?
Architectural Digest did a piece on like John Legend's like New York or LA home or something. In one of the rooms, I was like, I really like that room. And that was my inspo for
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest priority for you and I is not breaking the bank, but finding pieces that look luxurious and feel amazing. And also comfort is the number one priority. I do not handle discomfort well. I have a low tolerance for physical discomfort.
I know. I hear it all the time. You do complain about it all the time.
Yes, but the studio feels so cozy, and I feel like it's come together perfectly for us.
I know. I almost want to take a nap. It might not be good for podcasting.
Probably not. Maybe we podcast and then we can take a nap after. We'll have earned it a little bit more. We could hang out here an extra hour and take a nap. How do you think they'd feel about that?
I think they probably wouldn't like that.
Probably not.
My favorite part of this new space are the lamps. That lamp. I actually want that lamp for our apartment.
I didn't even see that. Wait,
Yeah,
I love that.
You're sitting over there, you know?
Yeah, it's behind me. I'm looking at the credenza, all of the little details over here.
I want that lamp.
Well, for any other couples looking to combine their styles and design their space, Ashley is the spot for you. So be sure to discover the new Ashley Luxe collection, visiting Ashley in store or online at www.ashley.com/luxe. I'm coming to Vegas with you. Are you so excited? I invited myself on Joe's cousin's bachelor party. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to the bachelor party.
No, she's coming the day before the bachelor party, but it's the first time
It actually just gave me anxiety thinking that people would think that I would do something like that just now. Like,
yeah,
I would
well,
never
you
do
wouldn't
that.
be invited.
Could you imagine? I was like, hey, Frankie, I'm actually going to come with you guys. See you in a couple weeks.
Well, what kind of person would I be if I invited my wife on my cousin's bachelor
I bet
party?
you there's people that do it.
No.
It would be really bad.
I couldn't. I would never do that.
Stage 5 cringe.
Yeah.
Stage 5 cringe for sure.
My friends would talk about me like, can you believe that Joe brought his wife to your bachelor party? Like, what's up with that?
Yeah,
That would
rightfully
be-
so.
yeah.
And rightfully so. You would
Yes.
deserve the hate and the criticism and the shit talking that you would receive for that.
But definitely there are people that do that.
We'll get into this in a second because I posted a Q&A box about Bachelor, Bachelorette stories, and there's one that kind of relates. But guys, Joe has been to Vegas since we've been together probably at least 10 times.
Yeah,
We've been together for about 5
roughly.
years. You go like, some years 3, 4 times, some
First
years
of all,
1, 2 times.
I go for work.
Stop saying that. You always say that. You are not going for work. You are going on a boys trip.
I'm going to reconnect with my friends
It's not work.
at a place that we consider our second home. We've been going there.
The Encore Hotel.
Yes, since we were 21, so there's nostalgia there.
21, I feel like earlier.
And I go there to make money. So technically I go there for work.
Or lose money.
Sometimes that work year is not great.
Sometimes business isn't so good.
Sometimes business isn't great. But I am really hoping that you bring me luck.
I'm excited because you have like a whole routine there. And as you said, it's like your second home. So I want you to like show me around, show me the ropes.
Worlds colliding. I will show you.
You're probably going to go golfing and I'll probably just lay by the pool, but we'll have fun going to dinner and going out and stuff together.
Yeah. No, it's going to be great.
I can't wait.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Wedding season's around the corner.
What kind of Q&A did you drop?
Well, our relationship topic of the week is weddings, bachelors, and bachelorette etiquette. So I dropped a Q&A on my Instagram story and on the Not Married to This pod Instagram story. I just said, like, what are your bachelorette party hot takes and horror stories? But this is actually a light year for us for weddings, which is crazy. We've had, I think, 7 weddings for the past 3 years in a row. Every year we have about 7 weddings. This year we only have 2. I don't have any bachelorette trips. You have 1 bachelor party.
Yeah, it's honestly so nice. Going to any more than 2 weddings a year is a lot. It's rough.
Well, and for us, because we're in New York, which is not where a lot of our friends and family are based, every wedding is technically a destination wedding for us. Tell people about your bachelor party, and I will tell people about my bachelorette, and then we'll get into our takes.
Okay, so my bachelor party was bachelor party / work. It was in Vegas. And
Joe's never off the clock when he's in Vegas.
I am definitely more of a go with the flow, easy type of person. So like my bachelor party was like, hey, this is where I want to go, Vegas. Let's do that. If you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, I totally understand because people have lives. They have children. They have families. They have children. They have family. They have jobs. Like some people just can't make it. And that's totally okay if you can't make it. If you were my best friend, my brother could not go to my bachelor party. And like, I'm totally fine with that because like he can't go. And we went to Vegas and we had a great time. I actually did really well. That was when I hit my slot.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fun. And I'm kind of like
you also had people invite themselves on your bachelor party.
Well,
there was like 4 people that were like not invited to our wedding that were on your bachelor party that were like, hey, can I come? And you were like, yeah, come on.
I don't have I am a more the merrier type of person. Mm-hmm. Like I don't care. I don't need to get in like the best club or do any of that. Like to me, it's just like the more people that I like that come, great. Like I wouldn't have cared if there was 100 guys on my bachelor party.
Yeah. What if there was 2?
That would be great too, because it would be 2 people that I really like.
I love that.
Yeah. How about yours?
I also went to Vegas. It's the first and only time I've been to Vegas. I feel like bachelorette parties are a whole different world than bachelor parties. The expectations are higher. The way women work in terms of planning a girls' trip is just different. I had a full itinerary. We all stayed at a hotel. It was super fun. I mean, I had the best time. I feel like I had a similar philosophy to you. My bachelorette party was way more organized and planned than yours was. I mean, we had like dinner reservations, shows, all these things. However, I will say when I invited everyone, I made it very clear, like, if you cannot come, I totally understand and no hard feelings. This is kind of the plan. And then I also estimated like what the cost breakdown might be if you do come, if you want to factor that in. And when I sent out the itinerary, I was like, look, I did my best to like balance this out in terms of activities and breaks. However, if you don't want to come to anything, no worries at all. Like if we're all going to like walk the strip and grab brunch at this restaurant at 10 a.m. day 1 and you're like, I would much rather go to the gym and sleep in, no problem. Like if someone came on the trip and like didn't hang out with us at all, that would be kind of freaking weird. But like if you need a break, you need some alone time, like it's a long weekend, it's a marathon, not a sprint, no pressure. I will say the biggest thing in my question box, by far, the number one thing people were saying, it was all along the same thread of money and expenses and cost. Like I had one girl that messaged and said, I'm tired of paying to go on these damn trips. And then everything else was like, they shouldn't require expensive travel. They shouldn't have to, like, we shouldn't have to cover the full cost of the bride. I don't want to have to buy a whole new wardrobe for the trip that we're going on. Like, everything was surrounding cost of money.
Okay, well, you don't need to buy a whole new wardrobe.
Well, I think the thing is with a lot of the girls' trips is they do theme nights. So it'll be like glitz and glamour. My sister's planning a bachelorette right now, and it's like the last pickle she'll ever tickle, and they're all wearing green that night and doing like, I think like pickle martinis and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I don't know. That's crazy. What
do you mean? It's so cute.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
She loves pickles.
I don't think that the bachelorette needs to have everything covered for her. The bride. I don't think everyone could like pitch in for a dinner or like going out one night. I think that's nice. I don't think they have to cover the whole trip. And if you're sick of having to pay for these, then you just don't go.
If I'm the bride, I have two options, okay? Either I can make a trip that I know is going to fit kind of most of my friends' preferences in terms of price and location. And, you know, you're never going to accommodate everyone, but be like, okay, I'm going to make it friendly for the group. Or you're going to say, I don't care. I'm the bride. It's my bachelorette. This is my dream bachelorette. This is what I want to do. But then you have to be okay with saying a lot of my friends aren't going to make it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you can't have both. You can't be like, I want to ball out on this crazy trip, and I'm going to be super pissed off if my friends don't come because it's out of their budget, or, you know, like they can't take a couple days off work because it's a far travel situation.
What's the thing that went viral? Like the girl got upset that like her friend didn't stay in the same room or same hotel as them.
There's been a few of these. I actually know someone who did this where they were like, I don't want to stay at the Airbnb. I'm going to stay in my own hotel room, like down the street.
See, I personally, I have zero issues with that. If I actually did that. My friend back in the day, I think they all stayed at Caesars, and Joey and I went and stayed at the Encore.
Yeah.
And who cares where people stay?
Yeah. I think if you're doing a house, like if everyone is at an Airbnb, like 9 of the girls are at an Airbnb and the 10th girl is like, I'm going to go stay down the street at my own hotel, that's definitely a little unconventional. Like I'd be like, okay,
it's just kind of weird.
It is a group trip and you're kind of isolating yourself. But at the same time, like they're the ones spending the money to be there. I think that they should kind of get to stay how they want to stay. But yeah, if everyone was at one hotel and one of my friends was like, I want to stay at a way nicer hotel down the block, I'd be like, go for it. Yeah. I don't know. But then at the same time, I don't know. It's like, it's a weird thing because then at the same time, it's like, I would never probably do that because I'd be like, but this isn't really about me this weekend. Like, yeah, I'm spending the money, but like I'm here for my friend and I want to be near my friend and I want to be close to her and I want to celebrate her. And if I really don't want to be on this trip with these girls at this hotel, maybe I just won't go on the trip and I'll do something with her separately.
Yeah, I agree.
But I feel like it's a hot topic. One of the hot takes that I got was a girl said that their cousin wants to take their 4-year-old on their sister-in-law's bachelorette for the day. I don't think you can bring a kid on a bachelorette.
No kids on it. No kids. I would not be cool with that.
It's one thing if you're like, oh, I'm going to stay at the hotel with my husband and my kid, and then I will just like meet you guys for the activities portion. But you don't bring your kid to the activities.
No.
Your kid should be nowhere to be found.
No, because no matter what anyone says, a 4-year-old is the center of attention.
Well, and
the 4-year-old is there, and the 4-year-old is making noise, and it's the responsibility of the 4-year-old's safety.
Yeah.
Does fall on everyone then. Because
yeah.
like to me, if like there's a 4-year-old, I'd be like, oh, like there's a 4-year-old. like somebody's got to do something. Like we can't just let this 4-year-old go to the bar and get a drink.
No.
So yeah, no.
It's not a child-friendly environment. A bachelorette trip is not made to be a child-friendly environment.
Yeah, no, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care the disagreements. No children on a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
None.
I agree.
And if it's in your city and all of a sudden the babysitter bailed last minute,
then you can't go.
Then yeah, you can't.
You got to stay home.
You
cannot bring your kid.
I agree.
Should we move on to reality TV?
Yeah.
We watched Real Housewives of Rhode Island live last night.
Yes. We've been watching a lot of reality shows. Well, we've been watching Survivor in Rhode Island, Real Housewives live.
Yeah, because Real Housewives is on Sunday nights, and then we podcast Mondays. And Survivor, we've just been liking watching live.
Survivor, I prefer to watch live.
Why?
I prefer it because I actually am really excited for it. Like, I'm excited to watch Survivor every week. I don't really get that with any other reality shows. Like, I want to see what happens, but like, I could wait to Friday afternoon to watch Housewives. But like, when Survivor's on, and if we're not doing anything, I want to watch it.
I know. I feel the same way, and I love that. But it's so funny, when we started the show, when we started Survivor this season.
I DM'd Serena to see if she wants to come on this podcast.
Did you? She replied to you?
She did not.
Damn. Okay, well, we'll try again.
Tried.
We'll try again. When we started watching Survivor this season, it's my first season back in years. Joe's never watched it. We obviously were watching it on streaming because we're like, why would we put up with the commercials, right? Like, why would we not wait until it's on streaming to watch it? And two of my really good friends, Mike and Azim, were like, no, we watch it live. Yeah. Like, we watch it every week live. We watch it live. I'm like, you guys are crazy. What are you doing watching TV live? Like, that's ancient of you. And now look at us every week watching it live. I get it. I get the lure. And I also, this is my thing about live TV versus streaming. Ready? I've been telling everyone this recently.
Let's hear it.
When we watch TV, we typically go on our phones live, right? Yeah. Sometimes too much, to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm literally going to put my phone in the other room. But sometimes just occasionally, here and there. And I feel like everyone is like, phones have ruined our attention span. We like can't get through an episode of TV without checking our phones because our attention span is so short now.
Yeah.
However, watching live TV, when we watch Survivor, I'm not locked in for an hour straight without a break because there's all these commercial breaks. Like, every 10 minutes, there's a commercial break. I get up, I do my skincare, I do the laundry, I make a snack. And I just feel like we're now using our phones as like the replacement to take breaks periodically while watching television more than people are acknowledging.
What you're saying is that we never really had long-term attention spans, which I actually agree with is correct, because I remember when Sopranos first dropped, right? When Sopranos first dropped, it was like an hour television show. And I remember I was young. I was a kid. I was in high school, like early on high school.
Just to clarify, it wasn't late on in high school. It was actually right at the beginning.
It was the early years of high school when Sopranos dropped. And I remember thinking, I'm not going to sit there and watch a television show that's an hour.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Well, television's gotten longer, too, because an hour episode of TV used to actually be 40 minutes of TV and about 20 minutes of commercials. Yeah. Whereas now on Netflix, you know, you've got Bridgerton that's 55 minutes long, no breaks.
I think as a society, we tend to do this. We always have to have a reason for why this has happened, and we are blaming our phones and social media for short attention spans,
which they do have negative effects. There are obviously negative effects of your phone and social media to your attention span.
Yeah, but I agree. We always have had short attention spans. I can never pay attention those early years of high school during class.
I think that was a different problem. I don't know if that was your attention span. I think, Joe,
I was like, no,
you rolled over last night. What were we talking about last night in bed when you were like, I would drive up to school and that was like the worst moment of my day?
Yeah, it was. What were we watching? It was. I think it was.
Were we watching something or were we talking about something?
I don't know. It must have been a reality show, because I remember, like, I'll enjoy the drive up when I don't have to do anything, but then when I get there, I'm like, oh.
Joe hated school.
It's kind of everything. Like, it's kind of bad. It's probably, I guess, like, I think at my core, I'm a hard worker.
Where are you going with this? What are we talking about right now?
I guess
school?
I'm kind of just opening up.
Oh, my God. Proceed. This is a safe space.
I believe at my core, I'm truly my dad has always forced me to be a really hard worker, but I think at my deep down, I'm probably really lazy.
Really?
Like I don't like to do things that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
But I think that's fair.
I think that's a lot of people. I definitely think you're like that. I think that you're not lazy as much as maybe you struggle with discipline on having to...
Well, I mean, this is the reality segment, and we haven't talked about reality at all. So we're
talking about the reality of your life. But yeah, that's my take on live TV versus streaming. I think that the phones are a replacement for commercials. They are not a new problem that never existed.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so but going back to Housewives of Rhode Island, there's been some beef a little bit online about Ashley I being like, she's just doing ITMs, the interviews.
Yeah,
she's like an interview warrior.
Yeah, confessional warrior, I think is what they're calling her. And also I've seen things that say she isn't hanging out with the group. She kind of treats it like a 9-to-5 job. Like she shows up, she films with the girls, but then outside of filming, she's not really friends or hanging out with them.
First of all, every show needs a confessional warrior because they are essentially the narrator. So like I don't have an issue with that. I do think I think in the Bravo landscape of it all, I think there is kind of an agreement amongst the cast of like, you have to expose everything. Yes. Because we're exposing everything. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, after saying like she's not like showing her whole life, it's not fair for the rest of us.
Right.
But like to me, I think she is. Her kids are on the show. Jared's on the show. They're talking about like, what are we going to do with Audrey's if it's not making money?
Yeah.
They're talking about money issues. So I think they are. And I really don't like, I think when you're filming a show, if you don't want to hang out with the people after the show, I don't really think that's an issue.
I don't think it's an issue. I think that creating those bonds and relationships and furthering the connections is definitely an investment into season 2 in a way. I feel like it's kind of like an unspoken part of the job, but I think that you could argue both sides to that. Like, is it necessary? Is it not necessary? Is it required? Is it not required?
Yeah, but it's also like, it's kind of like the cast, 80% of the cast is kind of like friends in a group, and then
Ashley and Rosie
seem to be like the two outsiders of that group.
Yes.
So
if you were in Ashley's position, though, do you think you would be like, I got to get in with this group a little bit tighter?
I make friends pretty easily, and people do like to hang out.
Oh my God, just a charismatic queen.
People do like to hang out with me, and I just think if I was recording a show every year, I think it would just happen where I was just like kind of running the crew, you know.
Wow.
Like,
thank you for that little tad of humility, Joe. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Well, I guess we'll see. I think it's hard too if I'm in Ashley's position, like if we were on a show like this, and everyone would be like, Serena and Joe, you need to share more of your life. Which first of all, I'd be like, no, I don't. Leave me alone, which is why I'm not a show like this. But at the same time, I'd be like, well, I'm not having an affair, okay? And neither is Joe. We're not hooking up with anyone other than each other. We're not swinging. There's no affairs. There's no cheating happening here. Like, how am I supposed to keep up with you guys? How am I supposed to keep my story interesting and exciting? I don't have anything like that to share.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. That's why it's hard. That's why
like all I have to share is the fact that Joe is obsessed with golf. That's my current struggles in our marriage. It's not making the cut.
We actually did get in a little bit of an argument last night. Not last night, the night before, about golf.
No, it was last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're just upset that I love something else other than you. Like, I mean, I love you. No. Like, I love you the most. You know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, actually. That's why we're having this argument.
I love you.
And most.
I love you the most. I love my friends and my family. But I think you have an issue with, like, me also loving golf.
I just think that our day is now consumed and surrounded around golf for you. Like, you wake up, you go to the simulator. If you can't go right to the simulator, you're irritated about whatever we have to do because you need to get to the simulator. Then you get home from the simulator, you roll out the putting green in our hallway, and then you put golf on the TV. I looked over the other day and you were making notes on the golf YouTube videos in a notes app. I was like, can we have a conversation and have a nice dinner together? Like, what is going on?
Whatever. I don't know. I got nothing really, you know.
Look, I love that you have a hobby that you are excited and passionate about.
Well, your hobby is gossiping and chatting with your sister and your friends.
That's just female culture. That is not a hobby.
Okay, and this is male culture. And I roll out the putting green and I putt for 5 minutes max. You act like I'm out there The Legend of what was it?
What?
The Legend of
The greatest game ever played?
Yes, yeah, that is with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, the fact that I knew what you were talking about, though, based on incorrect wording, is really impressive.
What was it? The Legend of Bagger Vance? Vance? That is definitely a movie. The Legend of whatever. Okay, so going back to reality television.
We're really having a hard time locking in our reality today. But we are going to have Ashley and Jared on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited to chat with them more about it. I do think this season has been really interesting, and the Super Teas honestly scared me.
I'm actually in the summer going on a golf trip with Jared's going to be there. So
Oh, is he going on that?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
guess we won't talk about that though. Okay, what is
Wait, you want to talk about the Survivor drama that was going on this week about how some people don't follow each other on the cast?
Yeah, if you don't follow someone, like sometimes people are like, "Oh yeah, it's like oh big deal." You don't in this world, in like the reality space, if you're unfollowing or don't follow somebody, it's because you don't fucking like them.
Yeah,
Or you're pissed at them.
Let me lay this out for you quickly.
Lay it
So
out.
some fans have pointed out that certain people post-show are following/not following each other. Most notably, Emily and Devins are not following one another. And it also looks like Sari and Rizzo have pissed off the old school alliance because they are not following one another. I think meaning like Sari and Rizzo aren't following the old school alliance. And the question I was going to propose, which you kind of already answered, is do we think that actually means anything? And I agree with what you just said. 100% it means something.
It means something.
It actually means so much that I'm annoyed about it, because I feel like the Emily and Devins thing could potentially be revealing as to how the final vote goes. Because we know, spoiler alert, that Emily's now on the jury. We know Devins is playing a really good game. You and I have both said, like,
Great game.
he might make it all the way to the
But
end.
my brother made a good point. Just because he takes massive risks doesn't mean he's playing a game. My brother said that he thinks Sari is by far playing the best game. Sari and Aubrey.
What this tells me is that Devins makes it to the end and Emily doesn't vote for him.
Maybe.
Why else wouldn't they be following each other? Unless it's like real life personal beef, which if that's the case, air it out, guys.
Yeah.
Take a page out of the Mormon Wives book and air it out on social for us.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. The finale is next week, May 20th. Super excited for that one.
Yeah, we'll watch that live.
Watch it live for sure. Commercials and all. The Bachelorette. We gotta wrap it up with our OG.
Of course.
Of course. So, at this time we're filming this podcast, there is conflicting reports as to whether the season will air. Some reports are saying it will come out, whereas others are saying that it has been left off of ABC's summer slate for TV shows.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that I'm kind of over it.
Really?
It's been too much back and forth. I was more interested like when it first got canceled. Now it's almost like Devil Wears Prada too. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of out. And if you're gonna drop it, it better be fucking good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't. For me personally, I don't know how much I care to watch because like you kind of know what happens.
Do you think that the headlines that Taylor and Doug are reportedly trying to make it work are legit, or a way for them to kind of bring the audience back into this potential love story to build up some hope around the season?
I think that's a great narrative, and I think it makes sense, and I think people will run with that, but I don't think that happens. I just think it's like that could be happening organically or not.
So do you think that they really are trying to make it work, or do you think you don't think it's a leading headline? You think that they're actually trying to make it work?
Yeah, I could see. Well, I mean, I could see they probably caught feelings for each other on the show. Mm-hmm. Things got messy, and usually when that happens, people go back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
And I think that's just what's happening. It's just like you hooked up with this person, you started dating him, well, in this case, they probably got engaged, and then they call it off, and they're like, oh, but you kind of like, we called it off, we haven't talked in 2 months. Oh, actually, I really like this person. I text, and then one text leads to another text, then they're like, hey, let's go meet up. Then they fly to one of each other's cities. They hook up, and they're like, I don't know if I want to do this again. And then they're back and forth. Right?
Way to break it down.
Thank you.
Way to break it down for the people. Reality stars, they're just like us, you know? Like, I feel like you're right. It's like, ooh, are they seeing each other? They're probably doing what every other set of exes who like had 1 foot in, 1 foot out are doing.
Yeah.
Just testing the waters, having a little fun. The connection's already there. They've probably already hooked up. Why not circle back for some fun times and see if it works? And it might not, but who knows?
Yeah, and I think if the show airs, it's airing because they're pulling The Bachelor off of that season. I've said that. That's what I think.
Yeah. You think that the motivation for airing the season is less about the actual season and more about successfully teeing up the next season of The Bachelor.
Yes, which I think is important because there's now going to be a full year of no show again. I think this happened once, like during COVID. It's going to be a full year of no show. So I do think they want to build it up and give the most hype around it they could get. And if they get somebody that no one knows, it's going to be difficult. And even if you pull somebody from Taylor Frankie Paul's season who people kind of know, they don't really know them. So I think it's important that you get to know who the next Bachelor is. So that's why I think if they drop it, that's why.
I agree with that. I also think it's such a bummer in the sense that we're in kind of a very quiet pocket of reality TV right now when the show is supposed to air. And if they do drop it during the summer, they're competing with Love Island, which is just such a beast of a show, especially right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if they drop the show how it's going to do now, if I'm being honest. And I agree. I think I'm looking at it less from like, is this season going to be huge, and more about like, okay, how is this going to help the next season and then, you know, Paradise after that. All right, let's make some predictions.
Yeah.
This is our 3rd time we're doing our prediction segment. We do it about once a month. We make 3 to 5 predictions on things that we think are going to happen soon.
Let's do 3.
Okay.
Just because I gotta go to the golf simulator.
Oh my God. Will we see Taylor, Frankie Paul, and Doug hit a carpet together this year?
I'm going to predict yes. I can see that.
I think that they will be at the same carpet. I don't envision them walking a carpet together, so I'm going to say no. Which Survivor 50 contestant or contestants will get a cameo on White Lotus?
I think especially the way he got eliminated.
I know.
Ozzy.
I hope Ozzy gets the cameo.
And Ozzy honestly looks like he would be in White Lotus.
Yeah.
He fits the part. Like, he's there. He's at the hotel. My vote's Ozzy.
And you could tell he really wants it. And he wanted to work with Mike White. He tried to save him.
You can't use Ozzy.
I would love to see Mike White make a cameo on White Lotus. Like, he was on Survivor. Everyone knows him. You know, he's this icon now, having made the show. I want him to make a cameo himself on the show. I
like that.
Or my girl Suri. You know, you can never go wrong with Suri for anything. Okay. Last question is going to be about the new OC Mormon wives. Which Utah mom will make a cameo on the show? Which new Mormon wife will be the most drama? And which Mormon wife will be the biggest breakout star?
Wow, you're giving me 3 options. You want me to answer all of them?
No, just pick one. Pick which prediction you want to make.
I'll go the biggest star, and I'm going to say, you know, shout out to the Unwell Network. I'll go Avery Woods.
Avery Woods? Okay, yeah. Cool. I don't know that much about a lot of these ladies, but I feel like I can't say Bobby because she's already kind of like a really big deal. I'm going to go with Macy's sister. She knows what she's signing up for more than anyone else, and I think that she'll go into it comfortable and prepared in a way that the other girls just can't be.
Yeah.
And I love Macy. I'm a huge Macy fan.
All right, that's good. That's a prediction segment. That's a podcast. This was Not Married to This. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, keep it to yourselves.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
Or lie and tell them you loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually do that.
Yeah, just lie.
Just lie.
Thank you so much for listening to Not Married to This with Serena and Joe. You can find us on Instagram at Not Married to This Pod or on YouTube and TikTok at Not Married to This. And you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening. Bye.